Here's how I know I'm ready to have this conversation. I just tried to type something. I didn't try. I actually typed it. And something that I could have said simply, or maybe even not said at all, was like, 3 sentences of words larger than necessary. It's talking time with Jess. That's not the name of this. This is Porch Talks, but I can also call it whatever the fuck I want. Tonight it's talking time. I like how Dax does that. He changes his name all the time. Monica's name. I think I idolize him a lot. Anyway, what I would like to talk about today, and more than talk about, what I would really like to be able to do, practice doing, work on doing, is changing the narrative. So narrative, right? The narrator is the narrator is someone who tells the story, right? They don't necessarily write it, not always. Favorite narrators, Obvi. You got Morgan Freeman and David Attenborough. Also, Oprah's good too. She did a some Earth series. I love me some nature shit. Can you tell? Have you listened to any of these ever? If you haven't, I like nature. But not in a way that I want to, be in it all the time. I like my comfortable things. I don't want to camp outside with just a sleeping bag and sleep in the woods. I appreciate nature. I don't need to be in it. Christina, I can't say. We have this super cool project that involves nature, and I can't fucking spoil it now, so. Anyway, what are we here for? Changing the narrative. So narrative, here's bonus. I wear many hats. Not only am I the narrator of the story that I either tell other people or tell myself, I'm also the writer. So dual responsibilities over here. The author. The author and the narrator. I love it when, actually I take it back. I was gonna say I love it when the original author reads the book aloud on audio, but I don't. So who I love, Russell Brand. Love him. I could listen to him talk all fucking day. 1, because I'm interested in what he's saying. 2, because his accent is the fucking best. But if somebody has like a weird voice or a little accent that, or not even accent, like a dialect, like when I listened to the book, The Body Keeps the Score, it's really long. It's by Bessel, and then those of you who know, you're like, blah, 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 the other 2 words. Von der Clough, no, something like that. Anyway, I don't know that it was him that read the book, but whoever did read the book made it super dry and boring. And then this other book that I really enjoyed the content, I enjoyed the words, called Bravey by someone, Alexi. She was like an Olympic runner, but also she does other stuff, and her book was really interesting, and she was interviewed on Dax, and I immediately bought the book on Audible and listened to it. Oh, I gotta say though, her voice, the way she read things was like she was sad about all of it, like an Eeyore, except one with some kind of metal, like that. And I just, delivery is important to me, inflection, excitement, passion. Can we talk about fucking passion? That'll lead me into the narrative that I'm telling myself and what is or is not available to me right now. And then if I can't have what I want right now, if I don't have what I want right now, will I ever have it? Spiral, spiral, spiral down into the depths of the pit where one falls. We've been here before. I will never get what I want. Well, why is that? Probably because you don't deserve it. Well, why don't I deserve it? Well, remember that thing you did, and that thing you said, and this thing, and this thing, and this thing? Remember how you're a piece of shit? Can I get a holla? You fucking know. Because if you didn't know, you wouldn't be listening. Or maybe this is your first time. Welcome. It's like this. And that story feels safe because it's familiar and it fits inside of a cozy container where you're like, you know, sometimes, I don't think necessarily all the time, maybe sometimes some people really need a lot of space, but I know some people, when they're anxious, they, you know, like people, like if you use a weight blanket, like Chris is like that. He uses a weight blanket and like hood over the face. He's a tactile comforter. Yes, some people probably need like, no, I need like space. I don't know what I need physically. Sometimes when it's like super bad, like really bad, I like shrink into myself. It hurts. But you just like trying to get as small as possible, and maybe if you get like so small, maybe you could just disappear. That pause is me wondering if that's okay to say out loud, and then remembering that I can say whatever I want, and that not whatever I want, but I can say what's important and feel embarrassed about it, but up to delivering the message that like all the stuff that you think about yourself, like all the really bad shit, like the really bad shit, you are not the only person who thinks those things. You're probably the only person who thinks those things about yourself, and nobody else thinks them about you. They're worried, thinking all the terrible things about themselves. How did we get so miserable? We live in homes with like electricity and cars and jobs and internet and Amazon and delivery everything. And we are surrounded now by more people than ever, you know, even post-pandemic. Yet it feels like the loneliest place. It feels really lonely. And that's the worst, which is why I think that those of us who feel that way, why we like to isolate, because it's safe there. Like at least you know you're lonely because you're the only one there, but then you don't have to like be different than how you are, or worry about what anybody's thinking about you, or like act a certain way, or be worried about a certain thing, or like monitor and micromanage every fucking moment. It's just easier to be alone. Then I'm not working so fucking hard. I'm working so fucking hard doing everything else. Fucking everything. From the moment my alarm goes off, I'm legit. I'm telling you, I'm not being dramatic, and I know that I'm not different. Because it's not like I'm try harder than anybody else. I mean, maybe other people don't try as hard, I'm not sure, but I'm not, this is not like a sob story. But literally, from the moment my alarm goes off, so my phone is like over here on the right side of my head, and then I also wear my watch, and it vibrates, which is so helpful because it's like that tactile, like, yo bitch, get up. When the alarm goes off, it's like, fuck. I think that's what I say in my head every single day, every day. Oh yeah, it's every day. Fuck. And then I see, do I have time for the second alarm? I always set 2 alarms. And the earlier it is in the day, the shorter the window. So like, I have an alarm on my phone set for 1 a.m. and 1:08, because when I meet Christina at 2 a.m. to drive and start hiking at 4 a.m., that's what we do. There's only an 8-minute window, whereas every other alarm would be 10 minutes. Does 2 minutes make a fucking difference? Yeah. When you micromanage your entire life and all of the slots on the clock, like the clock is full. It's full, all the way full. Until it's not full, like right now. And you don't want to just go to bed because you want to have like a fucking minute. Not doing what you should do. And by you, I mean me. I should do this. I should be better. I should change my narrative. I'm not allowed to feel how I feel because how I feel is bad. We don't want bad things. So you need to fix how you fucking feel. We've decided it's not okay to feel bad. But it's that pressure to not feel bad that encourages or exacerbates the feeling bad. So it's like, I'm not supposed to feel this way, so now I feel bad about feeling bad, and then it's just a fucking cycle of bad, 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 bad. And being someone I get in the career that I'm in, with the training that I've had, with the focus that I have in my life, to, oh my God, am I like, if this was like the 80s and I am the age that I am, would you find me on like VHS cassette tapes just babbling on about nonsense? Is that what I'm doing? I don't think so. I'm just saying things out loud. I'm just having a conversation with anybody who's listening. That's weird. Oh, but it's so much easier. Guys, it's so much easier than one-on-one. Kind of. There are this many people that I know well and feel super comfortable with. There's this many people that I know. And then there's a window in there of people I don't even know, but that I instantly feel comfortable with. That's the sweet spot. Ooh, I wanted to talk about this too. When you have friends who are the opposite sex. Nope. When you have friends at all. When you have friends at all. And you meet those friends doing a thing that you like to do. Let's use the gym, for example. I see you I know so-and-so's coming in every Friday. Kyla, because she has Fridays off. I know most of the time I'm going to see Alex. I'm going to see Jurg, depending on his things. I'm probably going to see Tom. I'm going to see... Where the fuck is Lauren? She went on vacation. Anyway, so I know I'm going to see certain people, and that, as a coach, gets me excited, because I'm like, oh yeah, my friends are coming. My friends are coming, and they are my friends in the context of that container. And it doesn't really bleed outside of that to start. You know, you're just like, that's my noontime homie. But then, here's the thing that I have learned being in the fitness industry, in the role that I am in, has, beefed up the learning, sped up the learning process, because this happens when it's not teacher-student. It could just be co-member or participant. When you take it outside of that container, you can either have a really successful, like, oh my God, this is my best friend, George. And we met at the gym and we've been best friends for 7 years. Sometimes it works out like that. More often than not, you like get along and then somebody, I don't know, you get to know each other more. I don't know. I just feel like we have a certain amount of relationship that we can have with a person, maybe sometimes. You don't want to use it up too soon. No, that doesn't make sense. I guess I have not yet articulated how to say this. Is probably why I haven't talked about it yet. But that's how I feel. People who know me when I am the teacher, right? So let's go, so not CrossFit, go to yoga. I've been teaching yoga for 8 years, right? Yeah. And I'm good at it, and I tell a lot about myself. I've covered this before. And so, you know, people get to know who I am or the parts of myself that I offer, which is obviously the good parts, or owning up to the bad parts, which makes it relatable. And then you like give me credit for that, I guess. I'm saying I guess because I'm trying to make light of it, because I feel weird accepting acknowledgement. But anyway, there's parts that I don't show or I prefer not to show, or even parts I do show and that I feel embarrassed about. So it's like the more someone gets to know me, especially someone who was formerly my student and now is my friend, I feel like I am supposed to uphold that leadership role and like good example all the time. And then if I don't, I feel weird, like I'm letting someone down, because I have had people tell me that before. I mean, really only one person out loud said it because I asked, but I feel like that's happened with other people. And then, so what my point is it's gonna sound too like dogmatic or godlike, and I don't mean it in this way, but like, you're not supposed to meet your heroes, right? Chris said that. If you really look up to somebody, like keep it in there over there where you can look up and just form the opinion that you have if you're using it for something beneficial, like motivation. Yeah. I was just thinking of a story. I thought I overheard a story once when I was at a training about somebody that I really look up to. It was the staff was talking about the facilitator, and it almost like started to shatter something, and I was like, hold up, yo, so-and-so, come over here, let me tell you this. And she totally like put it to rest, whatever it was they said. And I would rather not know that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Crystalia does that a lot. And in my anxiety hole, I watch only him at nighttime when I go to bed. I think I seek the comfort in predictable males at certain times in my life, or like phases. Right now, I'm in that phase. Like I want to listen to Dax, Armchair Expert, the podcast. I'm not really super into music, but now when I do hear music, I'm like, ooh, I like that. I like how the beat feels on my body. But it's too repetitive, and I just need to hear words and consume knowledge. Okay, Dax and Chris D'Elia. What are you talking about? Changing the narrative, the story, because you have to. You're not allowed to feel bad. But then the things that you feel bad about, you get to go into your well of despair and look at all of this evidence that you have created to prove that this well of despair is legit and valid, like why you are an asshole. Because you've like looked for how to prove yourself right. It all keeps coming back to the same fucking thing. I've been having this conversation just in general with the world for like years. But here's the thing, every time I have the conversation, I'm discovering it again for myself. I'm like, fucking dumb, man. Remember? Do I have like Alzheimer's or something? I'm serious. Why don't I remember? Well, I think what happens when I gotta finish my sentences. I realize that watching these back sometimes. I forget things, but mostly when I'm really present. So when I'm teaching, this used to happen to me all the time when I was exposed to a lot more people. So the comments would happen a lot more just because the percentages of people were higher. I would say, oh, that thing that you said about insert blank during class last night, just like, blah, 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 or I don't know, it's really related to it. And I, all the time, would be like, I have no idea what I said. But I think it's because in that scenario, I am in a flow state. I'm in a flow state and I'm present to witnessing whatever's happening happen. It's a whole feeling. It's not just me talking out of my mouth and out of my throat. When I'm not present, that's what it feels like. It's very much up here and a chore. Or like I can use my abs to make this louder, to get the point across, but there's a disconnection. I felt that way a little bit at CrossFit today. It was a weird vibe. Not weird, just different. There's just like a lot. There's just like a lot going on. And I love big groups. I fucking love big groups. But there's a lot of special attention to pay. Like I'm fucking in there. Every person in there. I don't know, in your face. Depending who you are. If you're someone who likes FaceTime, I'm in your face more. If you're someone who doesn't, it's a, quick, you good, ready, boom. But we're eye contact and I'm saying your name, I don't know, at least twice a day. Not in that creepy salesman way though. Again, remember, I'm not trying to sell you anything except for fitness is a good idea. And that's like a pretty good thing to sell one on, because I can tell you I am certainly not profiting from it. So I'm just like trying to spread the good word. That's not to say I don't get paid. I'm just saying don't, sell your houseboat, because I might need to move into it. Who has a fucking houseboat? I was just thinking of Crosby from Parenthood, which happens to be Dax Shepard. Good Lord, I sound like I'm talking about my, anyway. Like my dad or my crush. Oh, crushes. Do you remember that? They're so fun. Same as your heroes, right? It's so fun when you have a crush on someone and you can sit like this and just think about them and make up stories about all these wonderful things that are going to happen, because you're making up the story and because it hasn't happened yet. Here's my advice. Stay there. Forever. Don't get too close, because then you get to just have that like nice whimsical little dream. Sometimes it's nice to have dreams that you know will not be fulfilled on, because you need something to keep you going. Oh my God. Why is that so funny to me? Because I just heard myself say it back, and it's so fucking true. When you're putting in effort all the fucking time, I gotta keep checking back. Why? Why am I doing this? 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 Why am I doing any fucking thing? Anything. Why am I doing anything? And I've gotta have some quick answers, or we'll go off the rails. Just right off. Oh, man. Okay. I don't know. Look at everything that's written on here. It's in orange, green, and brown on the bottom. I like to switch the colors of the markers. These are the markers. And they're all perfect and in place, and they all work. They all work, and no one else has touched them or ruined them or stolen them from me. Like the markers at the gym, they're terrible. You get, I don't know, I feel like every week it's just a new batch of terrible markers. That's just how it is, Let's go there. Let's go there. That is a very simple example. Very simple and trivial example. That could be a narrative that I say. The markers of the gym suck. The markers are always dry. Or there's not the colors that stand out. I'll like be up close to it. I'm fucking on top of the whiteboard. I'm like this on the whiteboard, and I'm writing really big, so you can fucking see it on the other side of the room. Cause I'll tell you, when I'm in the back row, I can fucking see that. So I write it big. So I'll write it real big, and then I'll walk to the back of the gym, and I look forward, and like the green doesn't show up. Anyway, so my narrative is the markers suck at the gym. And of course, I want to be right about everything, because I'm a human being with an ego, and so are you. So we just look for, where am I right? Where am I right? Where am I right? Oh, well, the next time I come in to coach, the first marker that I grab, oh, it's that shitty one. I knew it was here. Further proving my point, the markers of the gym suck. And then the next time, and the next time. And then maybe you get out a good marker, and it's like, oh, well, looky here. We're getting all fancy with the markers. I don't know. It's ridiculous shit. Does it matter? No. What matters is the experience, the delivery of the experience, to and for other people. That's what I'm here for. That's the long form answer of the why am I doing this? Why am I doing anything? Why do I do anything at all? For other people. But deep down, That is selfish, because I'm just trying to fill the hole of existence. The black hole, you know what I mean? It's in there. We try to fill it with things, alcohol, drugs, sex, shopping, food. Did I say food? Definitely food. Yeah, we try to fill the void, or they say the God-sized hole. But what fits in there is God, and that doesn't have to be God like Jesus or Jesus, or just any particular. It doesn't have to be it's not like Krishna. It doesn't have to be, like the other dudes. I can't fucking think right now. Joseph. I'm not well versed on religion, yo. Okay, so it doesn't have to be like that. Like, God is just whatever you have faith in. It could be humanity, it could be just something more, something better, some higher power. Because when you think about, okay, like, I totally respect it if you think that there is nothing, there is no purpose, we die, and then it's boop, lights out. I respect it. Most of the people that I try to get inside are that way. I like the tough sell, friends. I really like the tough sell, because it helps prove my worth when I get people, whether that's in a relationship or even like get to smile, get to come out of the shell just a little bit. Come on. That makes me really happy. I feel like a person whisperer. Like the horse whisperer, the dog whisperer. I'm a person whisperer. Yep. Anyway, I can't see how long it's been. Oh, for fucking ever. Let's go to bed probably. Hold on. Here's let's wrap it up. So, in all this, the narration, the story, the misery, the black hole, like all of it, swirling. It's swirling like a fucking snow globe, like all these things. Oh my God, the traffic, the dead dog that I saw on 85 today, the bird who flew into the window during Shavasana, all this dead shit, all this traffic shit, all this pressure, all this rejection. Oh my God. In order to get out of that, you have to get present to right now. Because right now, nothing else exists. It's you and me. No, like, really, you, bitch, I'm talking to you, and me, I'm talking to me. And I'm talking to you. You cute. When I am present, when I am teaching and I am present, there's just that flow. The flow, and you can't be in the flow if you're in the tornado of shit, right? It's like a storm, or it's like the winter, right? Like, whoa. Or then you become, just like in the mountains, fucking mud season forever until it snows again, and you're just flowing, like down the mountain, around the curves, just flow, just liquid, we're going. It's like that. Oh, it's so good. I have really gotten present to how much I love teaching. I love teaching. I love it. All of it. I love it. I really love coaching too. And I feel just even more, I feel less secure in it because I've been doing it less time, but I've been telling people what to do with their bodies for a long time. And I'm so glad that I'm not afraid to ask questions like, oh, tell me about this. Oh, no, about this. What about that? How can I make this better? Anyway, I talked a lot about CrossFit because I am present when I'm coaching, usually, and when I am working out, usually. But sometimes I go there when everything is so heavy and I'm like, just fucking one rep at a time, one rep, and then the shit starts to come back in, and then I'm 1 rep at a time, and it's like this, like, hey over here, hey over here, hey over here, hey over here, and then finally you just explode. Just me? No, I know it's not just me. So anyway, stay present. No, don't stay. Get present. Even if it's like now, now, now. Like that. You get your feet, right? So do this. If you're driving, don't do this, but you can do it with your left foot. Push your foot into the ground. So like the ball mound. So that's the hole where your foot meets where your toes meet your foot here. Push that part into the floor, and then your heel into the floor. And push down and like feel the ground or whatever you're on. And then do something with your hands. So if you're just sitting, you can push your hands into your legs, you can push your hands together, or you can pull your palms apart. You can rest your hands in your lap, like, okay, I was intentional about my foot and my hands, or like you can grab the steering wheel or put 2 fingers up, or like just do something on purpose. You start little. Be intentional with an easy thing, like your fingers and your toes and your body and your breath and your eyes. And then it's your arms and your hips and your legs, and you get here, and we're just present. Your body is the easiest way to get present. It's also a really easy way to gain validation, whether that's like, you're lifting or performing any kind of fitness feat, or through pleasure. It's also a really good way to get distracted. But are you distracted or are you present? I don't know. We gotta go. Hands and your feet. Get your hands, get your feet. But if you're only gonna get one, get your feet. If you get your feet, you get everything. You get everything.